Hi, today we will learn about types of duct.
Drawing one example. We will use the duct sizer to calculate the duct size based on the velocity recommendation as per the ASHRAE. Okay, so this is a velocity recommendation as per ASHRAE. Okay, maximum depth velocity for low velocity system FPM. So here is the application. Here is we have discussed here yesterday also. So residence, apartment, hotel bedroom, hotel, hospital bedroom, private offices, theaters, general offices, average stores, cafeteria, industrial. Okay. So these are the respective. The main duct should have this velocity. This main duct also, and this for the branch duct. Okay. So we will consider as our drawing is of a clean room drawing, pharma company. It's a pharma company drawing. We are going to consider. So we will take a hospital duct velocity as per the ASHRAE. Okay. So this is our drawing, and we will see. That is so we are going to consider for hospitals velocity for designing the duct for a pharma. Okay. So see.
कल आएगी तो जगह अच्छा लगेगा
So we will see for the first floor. The AHU for the first floor is installed in the ground floor. Okay, this is the AHU 2, and it's the connection is running through the riser, and then it is supplying to the first floor. So this is a supply duct. So we will see how to calculate. So now we have to see the total CFM. Okay, what is the total CFM of the AHU? So we will see as per the heat load calculation we have done. So we have mentioned here, described the total CFM room name, total CFM, grills, and AHU. Okay, which AHU is supplying to which room. So we have to add. So this AHU is supplying to this room. Okay, and the sachet filling area, bulk store, power preparation, corridor also. Okay, and this room also. This room. So we have to add the total CFM. So we can know what is the total AHU CFM. So this room is having 2130 CFM. Okay, and the next room, how much CFM? 1500 CFM plus 1500. Okay, 3630. Then the next room, 1970 CFM plus 1970 CFM plus this room 1970 same plus 1970 plus this one. This is the last one. Okay, 1800. So plus 1800. So what is the total CFM? We got 9370. Okay. So 9 the HU is designed for 9370 CFM. So let's see how we will use the duct sizer. This is standard the HVAC industry to size the duct, and it's very uh, less time consuming. Otherwise, if you go with a pen and paper, it will take a lot of time. The project will be delayed. So this is the best method. This is a Magpie air conditioning duct sizer, mostly used in the industry, HVAC industry. So here is the temperature, okay, requirement. What is our indoor temperature requirement? As we are considering from starting, I have discussed this, that for the thermal comfort of a people, we are having 75 degree Fahrenheit and 50% relative humidity at 1 atmospheric pressure. So we will consider this, okay. Otherwise, if there is certain requirement of different area, indoor requirement, different requirement for the different hospital or any critical room, so we have to consider different condition, indoor condition. But here we will consider 75 degree Fahrenheit and 50% relative humidity at 1 atmospheric pressure. So, what is the CFM? 919370. So, what is the velocity? First, we have to clear everything. We can clear by here. Okay. So, 9370 is the CFM. Okay, total 9370. Okay, and the velocity we will get it from the ASHRAE standard. So, what is the velocity of main duct of the hospital is 1500, correct? Yes, 1000. So we will put here velocity 1500. So what we got? We got the head loss. Okay. So we are calculating the duct size through the basic method, head loss method. Is a very common method, and mostly we are considering the head loss method. There are remaining method also which we have seen yesterday, the static regain method and the velocity reduction method. Okay, but we have the most is head loss method, so we will go with the head loss. Is the easiest way to calculate the duct size. So what we got 0.08. So just remember the numeric 0.08. Let's select this one. 9370 CFM or HU CFM and 0.08 is the head loss. So what we got now here, we got the calculate as per the calculator, it's calculated. So the equivalent diameter of the duct is 33.9. Okay, 33.9. But we are going with the rectangular duct now. So we have to put the values here to match these values. It's in the inches. Okay, so we can use in the feet also, in this also. Okay, so this one everything will be changed. Okay, so but we will use the inch, okay, to calculate. So to convert it, the size, the width and the height. So we'll put a value here, 54 inch by 19 inch. Okay, so width is the 54 inch and height is 19 inch. Okay, so we have to see one more thing here, that we have to consider that it should be even. The value should be in even numbers, not in a odd. So 19 is the odd, no? So it should be in even. So we have to convert it into 20. Okay. And the other thing also is an important thing, that the head loss which is calculated by the duct sizer, it should be less than the our actual head loss. Okay, actual head loss as per the CFM and the velocity we got it now. So it this value should be this here in red. It should be less than this. It should not be greater than this. If it is greater than this value, then we have to increase the size. Okay, and one more thing also, that the size, the ratio for the width and the height should be 4:1. Okay, it should not increase for means 4:1 means if our what to say, if our this, width is 200, say for example, if the width is 200 and then the height should be 250. Okay, it should not be like that, that the width is 600 and height is 250. So the ratio is increases, no? So it should be one ratio within the 4:1. Okay, and the best design is 1:1. Okay, 1:1 means 250 by 250, for example. So it's a best ratio, and the pressure drop is also less than that, and the noise level also reduces. If we increase the ratio 4:1 to 6:1 or 5:1, then what happens? It will create a noise issue, or there will be a lot of pressure drop in the duct. Okay, so we have to maintain the 4:1 as per standard. And next is this, the head loss should be less than the our calculated head loss. Okay, so it's less here, but the size is 19, no? So we can put it as a T. Okay, so this is okay. So what is the ratio here we got? So 2.7. It's not exceeding 4, no? As I have told, 4:1. Within 4:1 means the value should not, the value here. So this divided by this, we get this 2.7. So it should not increase 4. Okay, if it increase 4.5 or 5, we should not take that size. Okay, so it's okay. 2.7 is okay. So what is our duct size here? Our duct size from the main AHU. Okay, from the main AHU is coming now. So the sizing we have done here is 1350 into 400. Okay, and what we have calculated, it should be as per the calculated size. No? So 54 inch. So 54 inch into how much? 1 inch is equal to 25.4. No, so we will take round of 25 inch. So 1350. So it's matching. No? Our size is correct as per the standard accurate duct velocity and the head loss. And what is the width? Width as calculated in the duct sizer is 20 inch. So the 20 inch into 25. So what is it's coming? 500. It's very, maybe I have taken it later. Maybe we can do it. It's very less now as compared to this 0.6. Can consider 16 inch. 0.13 is exceeding. No? So 0.08 is less and 0.13 is more. So we can't take 17 because we have to take the odd number now. So we will go with 18. Okay, 0.093 and here is 0.08. So this is also exceeding. We can't take this. So we have to take 20. So this is a perfect size. We have to take the 20. So what the 20? 20 into 25. 500. It should be 500. Maybe by mistake it's a 400. It should be 500. The main duct. No? It should be 500. Means 1350 by 500. Okay. So the next size we have to take for the branch also. So now we will calculate for branch. So what is the CFM here? we are using for this room 2130 CFM, correct? So we will use the duct sizer. We will clear all the values. Now we will do velocity and CFM. So what is the CFM? 2130 is the CFM, and the velocity we got it is. So velocity for main duct and for branch duct. So branch duct, no? This is a branch, but for it's very near to the what we say. It is very near to the main duct, no? Very near. See, it is very near. So first branch, in most case, we have to go with the main duct value. Okay. Afterwards, you can reduce it. Branch duct, you can take it. But for the first branch, you have to use in safe side, safe cases. We have to use the main duct velocity. So we will use main duct velocity. So what is the the main duct velocity is 1500. So we will use 1500. Okay. So what is the head loss? 0.198 is the head loss. Okay. What is the value here? 2130. So 2130 0.198 is the head loss we have to use as per the FPM. So now what is the equivalent diameter is 16.1. Okay. And we will put the value first. If we put the one value, no, then we will get the another value because equivalent diameter is already calculated. Okay. So this calculator will convert the next size. If you put one size, if you take 16 inch, this one. Okay. How much is the 16 inch? 16 inch is here, no? So we will put 16 inch. How much is the 16 inch? 16 inch is 225. So 400. Okay. 0.18. Or we can go with 18 also. So what is 18? 18 into 25. 450. Okay. So our width is 450. And what is our height? Height is 12 inch. But one more thing here, we have to see that the head loss 0.20 is greater than our this head loss. No? So it should be this value should be less than this one. So we will increase our height. So we can't take 13, we will go with 14 inch. So now it's 0.138, so it's less than, so it's okay 14 inch. So 14 inch is 350. So this is 350. So our duct size is So our duct size is 450 by 350. So it's perfect duct size as per our calculation and ASHRAE standard. Okay. So we will calculate the next duct. Okay. So we will go with the this one duct. So let's see what is the CFM here is 1500, and now we will take the velocity as branch duct. Okay, not the main duct, branch duct. So velocity is 1200. So, so what is the CFM? 1500 is the CFM here. 1500. And, velocity is 1200. Okay. So what is the head loss? 0.14. Okay, so just remember it's 0.14. So what is the equivalent dia here is 15.1 is the equivalent dia. Okay. So we can't take 15. Okay. it's an odd number, no? So we will go with 16 inch and what the value we have taken is 400. Okay, so 16 inch. How much? 16 into 25. 400. So correct. The width of the duct is correct. Okay, 16 inch and the height is 12 inch. Okay, but the head loss is greater now. It is beyond 0.141. It should be 0.15 means below 0.14. So we can't take odd number or odd number. We will go with even number. So instead of 13, we will go 14. So 14 into 25, 350. So it's correct. It's perfect size 400 by 350. Okay, the main depth. So, so now we will take the another example. So we will take for the last one because there are two branch now. So this is a different scenario as per this one. There is only one branch, but here is a two branch, but the room is one room. Okay, and the branch is two, one this side and one this side. So let's see how we can calculate. So what is the CFN? 1970 CFN. Okay, so this is a branch duct. 1970 CFM. Velocity is so what we got head loss is 0.118. Okay, so 1970 0.118. So what's the size here is 17. Okay, so we will take the even 18. 0.119 but 18. How much is 18? 18 inch, no? 18 inch into 25. 450. Okay, 450. We will take 20 into 25. 500. Okay, so 500 is the total branch with the total duct size. Okay, means if there is two branch, then we have to divide it into two. No? The width should be divided into two. Okay, so 500 is the total width of the duct. So we will divide it into two. Means 500 divided by 2 is 250. So we will take the width is 250, 250. Okay, 250 here and 250 here. Okay, so by adding we will get the 500 duct size. Okay, and what is the width? Width here is 13. So we have to go with 14. Okay. 350. So 350. Yeah. So the width should be same. Okay, means we should not means the height should not be divided. Means we should not divide 350 by 2. The height should be remain same. Only the width can be divided. Okay, so the pressure drops in the noise will be not there. Okay, and it is a safe design. So only the width part should be divided. So the next this is the next branch. Okay, so what is a room here? Room how much CFM? 1800 CFM. Okay, so let's see 1800 CFM. The velocity is 1000. So what is the head loss? 0.125. Okay. So 0.125. Okay. So we will use here 1000. Okay. 0.125. Okay. Head loss. So what is the equivalent dia here? Equivalent dia is 16.6. No. So we can use 20. So how much 20? 50. We should clear all the values. So 16 now, so we will go with the 18. 18 into 25. 450. 16 into 25. 400. 400. What is the size here? 350. Okay, the 4, maybe they have accurate, design accurate, but we can take it as a 400. 400. 400. And what is the head loss here? 0.125 and 0.124. It's less than this one, so it's okay. And what is the size here? 12 inch. So what is the height? 12 into 25. 300. 400 by 400 by 300. So we can take either 400 by 300 or 350 by 350. Okay. Either we can take, but the size will be same. No, it is adding here instead of on the width, it's going on the height. So same we can take, or also it depend upon the site condition. Okay, if the ceiling height is very less and we have to we have certain requirement, means if there is a very congestion in all the ceilings, like other service piping, chill water and everything, and there is a very less space, so we have to consider very less height, 200, 250, 300. So it should be properly accommodate on the ceiling. Okay, so this is how we going to calculate the duct sizes. Okay, so next we will see the plenum box sizing. Okay, how we are going to size the plenum box. So plenum box. So this is a how the plenum box look. Okay, and we will see how to size it. Actually, what is a plenum box? The plenum box is a is made up of duct outside of the supply section, okay, of the equipment, like if it's a HU and FCU or any other thing. So if there is a lot of branches, no, so the length and fittings will be increased, no, if there is a long run of a duct. So to reduce the fittings quantity, we are using plenum box, and also to evenly divide the air. Okay, so it will divide the air evenly, because as per the total heat load we have calculated the CFM, correct? Okay, so what happened, the machine is designed as per the total CFM. So what happened, so it should be evenly go to each branch duct, no, otherwise there will be a, if there will be a loss in the loss in the CFM at the most remote duct. So here there is a here if we provide the plenum box, there is a each branch in it, no? So it will be circulate and evenly divide to each and every duct. Okay, so this is a advantage and the most use of this plenum. So how to size this? We will see it how to size this plenum box. Okay, a box plenum is a wide but short length duct used to supply condition air to multiple branch duct. The branch runout may be installed flexible duct or insulated round sheet metal pipes. The box plenum is frequently the principal supply plenum for a small residence, but may also be used in sub-circuit or larger distribution system. Okay, for larger system, means the larger duct run, we can use the plenum. The design information outline is based on the research conducted at the University of Illinois. Okay, so there is a research on this, and based on that, we are providing the plenum. The result of that image shows the pressure loss imposed by box plenum or signification must be considered in overall system design. So the pressure loss which included, so it is significantly reduces as we use the plenum box. It was also determined that a special splitter when entrance fitting was necessary to eliminate unstable air rotation within the plenum and to keep plenum pressure loss to a reasonable value. So what it says that there is a splitter here. This is a unit. This is a supply trunk. This is entrance fitting. This is a canvas fitting or this is duct. So it is connected to the plenum. So this is a splitter. It should be provided if there is a more branches in the plenum. If it's a one branch, then no need. But in a big plenum box, we have to provide the splitter so the air can be properly distributed through the or evenly distributed through the plenum box. Okay. Otherwise, what happens? It will collide to each other, no, the air, and it will move in any other direction, like this direction or this direction, rotate. It will move means clockwise or anti-clockwise. So it will be produce unwanted noise and vibration. So the splitter helps for the evenly distributed and linear flow, proper linear flow inside the duct. So what follows is supplementary data used within the air conditioning contractor of America's ACC manual duct sizing procedure. You must be familiar with the procedure in manual D or its equivalent to complete the design. This technique provides a means to estimate the pressure loss of the plenum in combination with any supply trunk between the conditioning unit and the box plenum. This loss can then be deducted from the total supply stat as determined in step J, the manual D worksheet. Okay. Recommended box plenum proportional are listed in figure 1. Optimum plenum width is 2.5 times the width of the connecting supply trunk. Okay. So what it says, optimum plenum width, the width of the plenum. So this is the width from here to here. So it should be 2.5 times the width of the supply trunk. What is a supply trunk? This is a supply trunk. This is this width. So this width should be 2.5 times this width. Okay. While designing, we have to take this consideration. Okay. What else? Or simply the width of the entrance opening. Okay. Box plenum may vary from 2 to 3 times the opening width. Okay, so box minimum 2 to 3 times means in between 2 times to 3 times. We can consider 2.5 times also, 2 times also, 3 times. Okay, the preferred box plenum length is 2 times the plenum width length. So now the length, what the length should be 2 times the width. So the width should be what it says. The width of the plenum should be 2.5 times the width of the supply trunk, and the length of the length means from here to here. So the length of the plenum should be 2 times the width of the plenum. Okay, this width into 2. So we will get this width. Okay. But may vary from 1 to 3 times the plenum width. But we can take between 1 to 3 times. But the most accurate is 2 times. Okay, 2 times the width of the plenum. Note minimum clearance requirement between first branch takeoff and the entrance to the box plenum. So the clearance we have to take it, okay, in consideration. Figure to show the construction dimension for. So the construction dimension for the special engineered test have shown that without splitting air will be first rotate clockwise within the plenum, then with an off-on cycle of the equipment.
Artlist.io